Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing well. Just getting some things set up, giving you guys a chance to hop on. I'm looking behind you, but I'm still here. I'm looking behind you. I just need to type in something really quickly. Hope you guys are doing okay. I need to close this window behind me. There it is. Funny how you can't see everything. I had the window open earlier for some light. It was so pretty out while I was working in my office. So it's funny how you can't see everything until um, now. It's a little bit better. Have to fix it a little bit, but anyway, that's a little bit better. How are you guys doing? Y'all are on. Good. Hello. Someone just said hello. I think I missed you. Say hello again so I can see you. Let's see. Because I think I missed you. But let's see. Hope this sound doesn't come up. If it does, just ignore it for a moment. But if I get any feedback. Let's see. There it is. Oh, hey Sharon. It's so good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. So it is Self-Care Friday, guys. I'm going to tell a few people that were on. It's so good to see you. What have you been up to, doll? What have you been up to, dear? Haven't seen you in a while. So, hope you're having a good summer. You've been working. What's been going on, dear? Haven't heard from you. Hope everything is going well where you are, Sharon. Busy with a course. I know how that can be. I have been taking a few courses myself, and I almost was like, is it wise to go live today? But I'm committed to these. I think I got myself scooted over now. I'm committed to these self-care Fridays. So I was like, yeah, I want to go on. I want to make sure I go on and keep, and hubby was encouraging me, so and keep my self-care Fridays going. So, yep, everything is going well. Hope you guys are going well. It's hot where I am, but it's you're looking good. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. I thrifted this little top. I don't know if you can see it. And I used to hate when I was younger to wear beaded tops. Used to hate wearing beaded tops. It's like anything, if it already had like a necklace or anything already on it. I don't know if this thing on it's from Forever 21. I don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah. It doesn't have a tag on the back. It just has this little thing. But I thank you. So I thrifted this. I think it was like $2 or $1. And I got on my favorite blue jean skirt that I got from Ross. It's got a lot of stretch. Oh my gosh. And I need a lot of stretch because I got some weight to lose. It's been raining. We haven't had any rain today. We haven't had any rain at all. It's been fairly dry here, so no rain, just dry and hot. We did have some rain the other day, but it is not raining anymore. So, oh, that's better. It's not raining anymore. So that's good. The rain, is good for the garden. We got this little garden outside in the backyard, so the rain has been good for the garden. So that's been awesome. So yeah, are you gardening? Do you have a garden this summer, Sharon? I'm gonna get myself in frame in just a minute. Do you have a garden this summer? With all that rain, might have been great for a garden. Or do you have plants? Do you have house plants or plants on the balcony? Any of those things? I have one plant that I can do. No plants. I know I I don't have a green thumb either. I don't have the greatest greatest green thumb either. I have one plant that seems to be has hung with me for a couple of years. I've had, oh my gosh, I've had this plant. Wow. 6, maybe 8 years now to think about it. Hey, Reds Random Videos, how you doing? Good to see you. I've had this one plant for maybe oh gosh, maybe 8 years, maybe even 10. I gotta think about it. And it seems to be growing. It hadn't died on me yet. It's hanging in there. It's hanging in there. So and it started to die because it's got mother's tongue, and then it's got like a vine. And someone gave it to me that way, with the two plants planted together, and I need to repot it. And no matter what I do, I just water it, and the mother's tongue started to die back, and now it's starting to come back out again. So I'm so glad to see you, Sharon. I missed you. Missed you. I was wondering about you. I was like, I'm going to have to find Sharon somewhere. How can I find? I'm going to have to send her a card. Or I'm going to have to send something, a smoke signal or something, and let her know that I am thinking about her, because I missed you in the last couple of videos. Make sure you're okay. So I'm glad to hear from you, Sharon. Glad you're doing okay. Red's Random Videos, good to hear from you. Good to see you. Glad you're doing well. Do you have plants? Red's Random Videos, do you have, Reds, do you have any plants that you raise? Yeah, I was going to send a smoke signal for you, Sharon. I'm telling you. I was going to send a smoke signal for you. Do you have any, Reds Random? Do you have, I know, I was worried about you. Do you have any, plants or anything? We're talking about plants. I'm going down the list. Do you have any plants or anything that you raise? Gardening. We were talking about gardening. Nope. All right. Mimi, do you have any plants? Do you have any plants? Yeah, we were over here sending out, I'm trying to send a smoke signal to Sharon. Make sure she's okay. Make sure she's doing fine over there. Make sure she's good. I'm like, I'm about to go. I guess I'm about to get in my car and go drive down through YouTube and try to find where she is. Red says, I'm trying to grow avocado, but it didn't work. Oh wow, avocado. That's nice. Wow. Sharon says she loves ivory plant. That's nice. Y'all are doing, I'm just trying to grow a vine. But my husband does gardening though, but I'm like, ooh, if I could just keep this little vine going. If I can keep this little vine going, I'll be all right. So you're not, Mimi, I was asking you if you were, had any plants or anything that you grow. Do you grow anything? You have any house plants or any, thing that you grow? Mimi says she's working on cleaning up and getting grocery shopping done. Yeah, if I cooked, I probably would go grocery shopping. And it was so funny this morning. I said plants. See? I said plants. Plants. Yeah, it's that I'm tired. I think I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. I mean, a long week. It's been a long, before the weekend even gets started, I feel like it's already long. I want you guys to, so I said plants. I'm so sorry. It's me, guys. It's me, guys. This is a very important self-care day. Very important. It's very important to me. Guys, I want you to make sure you're taking care of yourselves. We just had, so keep my husband and his family in your prayers. You have a couple of plants in your apartment. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've been trying to do plants. But, hey, T.N. Jones. How are you, love? How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. we're talking about house plants, raising house plants, and so I have a one house plant that I've had forever. And hey, little crazy's house, what's going on with you? We're talking about house plants. I had this house plant that I've had forever. Someone gave it to me actually, and it's a mother's tongue, and then just a vine. I don't know what the name of the vine is, and yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you. I haven't done a live in so long, so it's good. Well, I did a live the other day, but I haven't done a live in a while, an extended live. So it's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. I've been watching you guys on YouTube. I haven't been leaving a lot of comments. It's been a crazy week. Please, hey, Bayesian Treasure, how are you doing? I was just talking to you on Instagram. Um, just talking to you on Instagram, so it's good to see you over here on this side. Um, I please keep my husband and his family in your prayers. We had a death in his family, and it's a tough one. This one is a tough one. Sometimes when people are older, you're kind of expecting it, but this one was really unexpected. And so if I seem a little off today, that is why, because I'm like, wow, I mean, we just thank God for life, health, and strength. But life is not, it's not promised to us. So we have to, just do the best that we can. I'm gonna turn this up. Do the best that we can. Yeah, thank you so much, Bajan. Do the best that we can to take care of ourselves. We just have to do the best that we can to take care of ourselves. So for me, my husband really encouraged me. Went to visit the family or the wife. Um, wow. And so so taking care of yourself is so important. And my husband encouraged me to do the live tonight because I was telling him, I was like, oh, wow, I'm just we've known them for so long. Of course, it's his family. And I've known them for over, wow, 27, over 30 years. And they've been married almost 40 years. And so, or over 40 years. And so just sitting with them, talking to them today was just to the wife and to the his brother and all of that was just surreal and put a lot of things in perspective. And so I've been talking about self-care. My husband was encouraging me. He was saying, now self-care, do the work that you do with self-care, and it's so important because we don't realize that caring for ourselves, our health, our mental and physical health, all of that is just so important. And so taking care of ourselves and putting ourselves first, making sure that we're getting the doctor's appointments, that we're getting rest, we're getting sleep, we're getting water, we're getting all of those things that we need. It's just so important. It's just absolutely important. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your prayers. I appreciate your words. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so tonight is very important because it's just a reminder that we need to really continually take care of ourselves and make sure that we're taking care of us, making sure that we are getting the rest that we need. We're getting time to refresh, reset, and do the things we need to do for ourselves, that we're putting ourselves first. Us, number one, we're putting our mask on, right? And taking care of ourselves. And then we're able to take care of others. And if you have a spouse or if you're getting married, any of that stuff, if you got a significant other, then you know how important, as much as we take that, how important it is to take care of ourselves so that we can be around, right? So we can be around to share our lives together. We can be around to see the grandkids. We can be around to travel and to do all those wonderful things. And if you don't have a spouse or a significant other, then definitely you want to be able to be prepared to really be good to yourself and love yourself, because you are single and you got all of this amazing life things that you can do. Travel, travel and hang with family and hang with girlfriends, all that stuff. There's so much more that we have in our lives, careers, business, all those things. And so taking care of ourselves, no matter where we are, single, married, dating, engaged, no matter what's going on, it's important to put yourself first. So I was listening to Iyanla Vanzant, and I've heard her before in person. I've had the opportunity to interview her for a magazine that my husband and I owned several years ago. And so, got some Sprite. I take a drink, guys. So I got a chance to interview Iyanla Vanzant. She's just as amazing in person as she is on TV. But I was watching YouTube, and she talked about something that was in A Course in Miracles, and it said that when you give someone else more than you give yourself, and you put them first, then you make them a thief. You love that woman? I wrote this whole quote down. I watched this thing 10 times so I could get the quote right. Because you are giving them what belongs to you, right? I'm going to say it again. She says, A Course in Miracles, Iyanla Vanzant says that A Course in Miracles says, when you love someone else more than you love yourself, and you put them first, right? You love them first. You put them first, okay? Then you make them a thief, because you're giving to them what belongs to you. She says that you are to have a full cup, okay? You're to have a full cup. And then whatever is the overflow from that cup is what you give others, right? You give people, you feed them from your overflow, okay? I need to dust, but that's okay. You feed them, right, from the overflow, okay? So here's your cup, right? We're filling this cup up, putting all this stuff in this cup, right? All this stuff is going in this cup. All this stuff is going in this cup. Now, what's in the cup, right? What's in this cup is mine, okay? What's in this cup is mine. It belongs to me. But I only give people what? I give them from the overflow. Y'all see that? You see this cup? You see it's overflowing? This is some stuff I got from the garage, from a thrift store. But anyway, y'all see that? You see, I'm feeling you. I'm feeding you. I'm feeding other people. I'm feeding my husband. I'm feeding my children. I'm feeding work, right? Hi, good to see you live. Greetings. Thank you so much for being here, right? So I'm feeding them from the overflow. But what's inside of this cup, and y'all saw me fill this cup, so you know there's stuff in here. That belongs to who? That belongs to me. But how many times do we feed people and we keep feeding them? We don't just give them the overflow. We keep feeding them. That's the overflow. We give them that. The overflow, we give them that. And then when we're done, we give them everything. And when we're done, the cup is empty and there's nothing left. And that's not how we do it. We feed people, we give, right, from the overflow. Does that make sense? Because this is where we are. And so in thinking about, I was thinking about today, I was thinking about her quote, what she says, what she said in this particular interview. And then I began to think about, well, how do we fill up our cup? And so earlier today, I was, grab this box. I was creating a self-care box. And so I got this box from Tuesday morning. And so this box was actually ended up being damaged out because, I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty torn. I think here, I put some tape on it, and then it's torn. It was torn here. So it ended up being damaged out. So the salesperson, when the manager damaged it out, it's a beautiful box. This box was on clearance. I think it was $9.99. Can y'all see that? That's a Tuesday morning. There it is. Okay. So what happened is she ended up saying, the person who worked there, she ended up saying, well, since it's so damaged, all I could really do is take 10% off. But what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to go ahead and damage this out, and then instead of throwing away, I'm going to give it to you. Okay. And that's what she did. It is a beautiful box. It's huge. And so, but before, I wanted to create a self-care box for myself. So that I can have a box for myself. Okay. And you can get these boxes. You guys probably seen them at Fred's Dollar Store. What's in it? I love that box. What's in it? Okay. We're going to see in a minute. But, so I have been putting, good to see you, Mia. So I have been creating for myself a self-care box. So when it's time for self-care, I have a box that I can go to. All of my things are there together, and it's already got goodies in it for me. So I'm still creating this box, still adding to this box. But what I have been using this box for, you can get these from Fred's, you can get these from Dollar General. Of course, Tuesday morning, Walmart has had some. Michael's has some pretty boxes. And what's that other place? Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has some too. So you can find boxes, maybe not this one, but a box like it. So when I first went into the box, it was full. And it was full of all of this junk. Okay? What it was full of are receipts. So the first thing I had to do was clean out my box. Okay? So I had all these receipts in it. What I was doing was, it was my box for thrifting. And because I used to sell a lot of things, I was selling a lot of things on eBay. And so I would keep all of my receipts for different things for my business. You know, when I would buy anything, I would keep all of my receipts in here. And then that way, at the end of the year, when I needed to do taxes, I got to burn all that. Exactly. So when it was time to do taxes, I would have all my receipts together, and they were inside of the box. Okay. And so for me, that was another lesson. It was like, well, you know what? Tax season has gone. It's July. Wait a minute. Hold on. It's August, right? It's August. So tax season is gone. So, why I'm still holding on to receipts. I'm still holding on to this stuff. And I'm mentioning this because if you go out and watch my video, I did a video on rules. Okay. And so I did a video on rules. I was raised by sailors, but hopefully this one, and it was a new word that I'm learning, but it's BS. Okay. Bullshit plus rules. Okay. So, guys, let's, hang on for a minute. Let's, kind of concentrate on what we're doing here. You guys can go over and, watch each other's channels and talk about each other's channels on their channel. So let's kind of focus on what we're doing here right now. You watched the Brules, Tennessee Jones, a couple of hours ago. Yeah. And so, it was when I found the word Brules, I thought, this is excellent. It's excellent. And so what I had to do was discard, and let go of a lot of things. And I discussed a lot of that in the Brules video. So I appreciate you guys if you go out and watch it if you haven't already, and get a thumbs up if you haven't already. So I had to throw away and let go of some things, right? Because, we held on to taxes, we held on to stuff forever because, you don't want to be audited, but I really need to put it in a better system, all of that. So it's going through some things, getting, oh, you're fine. Love you. You're fine. You're fine. No problem. You're fine. So, love you, Mia. You're fine. So what I wanted to do was, get rid of the stuff that I no longer need. And how many of us have things sitting in closets, in bags, in boxes, in shoe boxes, whatever it is, of things that we no longer need? How many of us have things we need to go through in closets, clothes we don't wear, things we're not even using anymore that we just need to get rid of? We just need to go through and use the things, right, that we've been storing up, like this blouse. I have on this blouse today, and it is one that I thrifted, and I've had this blouse for so long. You got your hand up, Tennessee Jones. And so I've had this blouse for so long, and well, just about 2 years, and I've never worn it. And so today I was like, I'm going to clean out my closet, and I'm going to go through, and I'm going to wear the things that I have these tags on that I've collected, things that I have. I'm going to be a better steward of the things and the blessings that God has given me. So that's been my mission, okay? So, my box. Here it is. That's the top. And so, I put some goodies in it today. So now, I'm going to encourage you to create a box. Now, what size it is, what the box looks like, you can take a shoe box. Okay, you can take a box from Dollar Tree. You can decorate it. You can do whatever you want to do. I love, Mom has a drawers full of old letters, and we are talking about 6-foot covers plus drawers. Wow, to declutter. I know, we all have those things that we need to declutter, that we need to get rid of, that we need to go through. We need to let go of, to release it, so that we can be ready for the next phase of our lives. Be ready for the pure, loving, harmonious, joyful, happy journey that God has for us. And that's what we need to do. And so we have to release. Anytime you're coming into a new journey, whatever it may be, new seasons in your life, getting married, whatever the season may be, it's the time to release and let go of things. So here's some things in my that I placed after I emptied it. I felt so much better. And so these are some things that I decided to put in my box. And so one was this book, and it's just, who doesn't love a good Maya Angelou book, right? I mean, who just does not love a good Maya Angelou book? And so this is my journey, and it's Maya Angelou with Maya Angelou, and she tells her story. She tells her story of overcoming, of some of the struggles that she went through, of of her friends. I mean, her friends, the people who are her friends, are just absolutely amazing. And so whenever I feel down, or I just want to have a self-care moment, I just want to have a moment for myself, an intimate moment with myself. But it's so easy to stay. It's so easy to say let go, but we can get attached to things that we do not need. Absolutely. We can get attached. And I've done a couple of different videos on letting go, because it is hard to let go. It is difficult to let go, but it's necessary. It's necessary. And because you have to ask yourself, why am I holding on to this? What purpose does it serve? This bag, for example, why am I holding on to this? Right? What purpose? Now, I really at this point now, these receipts are holding no purpose for me, because a lot of the receipts that we did use for taxes, I've already released. I mean, I've already put them in a system, and so I don't need all of these things anymore, right? And so it's, because we talked about when my grandmother died, I realized I couldn't keep the whole house, right? And so I was 14, having to make decisions about what things to keep and what things to release. And even though they had a sentimental value to them, I had to go and live with cousins, and so I couldn't keep everything in the house. And so while it's hard to release things and let them go, it's necessary. So I had to make decisions. I had to make choices and make decisions about what I was going to keep and what I was going to release and what I was going to let go. So what I did was to pick the things, right, that really meant the most to me. To pick those things that really, really meant the most to me, right? But sometimes we have papers and we have papers and their old receipts or their old things that don't have a sentimental value. You don't have to keep I used to keep every movie ticket to movies that I ever went to. But I have a lot of collections, so I decided to let go of some of the collections because I don't need to keep everything. So with my brother, I had to really, hey, happy Friday, Andy, how are you? So I had to decide what I was going to keep and what I was going to release and let go. And so it is hard to have a drawer full of old letters, but you might just decide to put them in a box, right? You might decide to go through and get a memory book, because there's some great books that you can use for memories and collecting old things, like at Hobby Lobby and at Michael's. You can use some of those things and craft some of those things and really use them in beautiful ways. So decoupage them, some of them, for different things. So, it's important, as much as you hold on to things, knowing that you can't hold on to everything. So, but anyway, so this book, I think she was friends with Nia Simone. I mean, it's just so many things she met. Malcolm X. I mean, it's just so much in this book. So this is in my quiet time. I can come to my box and I can read Maya. What else is in this box? I love rocks. So this is my faith, of course. This is these little rocks that I picked up with the crosses, 3 crosses on them. I love when we travel picking up rocks, so there are rocks in there. What else is in here? There's a notebook in here, so with some little notepads on them, so I can take and I can make notes. I can jot down. If I'm meditating, I can jot things down. I can write things. I thought this was so cute when I saw these note cards. Too cute. And so that's what's another thing that's in my box. I have this in here. It's a heart. I got this from Baptist Hospital. And just to squeeze and relax. What's in your box, right? You guys have a box? I hope you'll create one. Okay, I got some vitamins in here. I keep vitamins everywhere. I got vitamins in here in my box. I have some things in here that remind me of my children. Green and blue were their colors when they were little, for like their sippy cups and all their little toys and little things. That was how I could keep them separate and know which one belonged to which one. So I have these in here to remind me of my babies. I have these little gems in here that remind me of my hubby, the Browns. He loves brown. So these remind me of hubby. So I'm not cluttering my box. I'm not filling it up to the top, as you can see. All right. This is just a pretty box. Whenever I look at this box, I've already taken the necklace out hubby gave me. And so, but whenever I look at this box, I get happy. You guys like beautiful things. Some of you guys may like things that glitter and sparkle. This thing's really glitters and sparkles. And so, I don't know, it just fills me up. You got to put in your box what you want to put in it. I got some tea in my box. So, whenever I just want to sip, I want to make me a cup of tea, read my book. I got it, and I'm ready to go. Yep. Then, of course, I can grab this and take notes of anything that I want to take that comes to mind as I'm reading. A part of my self-care journey, of course, is my bath care ritual. And so I love teas. I do too. And so I have soaps in here. So I'm keeping these soaps in here so that I've talked about these. If you haven't watched that video, the last Self-Care Friday, our bath and shower ritual, and then the live I did on the bath and shower ritual, go out and check that out. So yeah, I got soaps in there that I can use. Yeah, I love tea too. Tea is very relaxing. This is one of my favorites, the pomegranate green tea. I love tea. And so this is one of my favorite teas. All right. I got some more jewelry in here because jewelry, glittery stuff just makes me happy. And I'm not really probably going to wear this one. I don't know. I might on something green. It's got a brooch on the back. But yeah, love that. I have this necklace. I got this off of eBay, but it reminds me that I'm wise, right? It reminds me that the Holy Spirit is with me and here to teach me all things, right? And bring all things to my remembrance. And so I remember that I'm wise. So sometimes we forget just how wise we are and just how much information and knowledge that we have to share and we have within ourselves. And so when I when I see this, it's just a reminder. So a good thing to put inside of your memory, inside of your self-care box, are things that help you remember who you are, things that help remind you of your self-worth and your awesomeness and how amazing you are. So this is in my self-care box. And then I have I have had these things for so long. But y'all remember back in the 80s or 90s, I should say, 80s and 90s, when we wear those big old hoop earrings. Hey, I'm just stopping by to say hey. Oh, so good to see you, Mr. Splashman. Thank you so much for stopping by. But y'all remember these Juicy Couture? I've had these for so long that some of the jewels have even come out. And so it reminds me of my youth. It reminds me of the fun times and the fun days that I have had and the times I've laughed with my girlfriends, laughed with my friends, done silly things when I was growing up in high school and even in college, the fun that I had. And so when I take these out, Juicy Couture, did y'all have Juicy Couture? Did y'all have Juicy Couture pants or a purse? Did y'all have that? Absolutely. So I use these and I wear these. Well, I don't wear them anymore, but I take these out and it reminds me of those fun times that I had with my friends. So that's what I wear those. This is a heart. I've had this for the longest time on my keychain, so it reminds me that I'm loved. I've replaced it now with other things. Y'all see I've had it so long, some of the dime jewels have fallen out. And so it reminds me that I'm loved. It reminds me that I am loved and supported by God. I'm loved and supported by the universe. I'm loved and supported by my family. My family loves me, and it reminds me to love myself. It reminds me of why I'm here digging in this box on my self-care journey. That's what this reminds me of. It reminds me to love myself, to be good to myself, to care for myself, to give myself the love that I want to receive and the love that I need. And so to take this moment, to enjoy this moment of loving myself. And so I put that heart in there. Hey, Amaka, how are you doing? Good to see you. So, I put this in there from my favorite flip-flops. I had a pair of flip-flops years ago, and this jewel was on them. It was, I love the summertime. I love the summertime. And so, um, just having this box, having this in there reminds me of summertime, which is my favorite season. What's your favorite season? My favorite season in the whole the whole 4 seasons is summer. And so this reminds me of summer. It reminds me of beaches and watermelon and barefoot and mosquitoes and fireflies. It reminds me of catching fireflies and putting them in jars and poking holes in the top of the jars. It reminds me of butterflies. It reminds me of your favorite is spring. Wow. Summer, baby. I must say fall is my favorite season. And I think that because my favorite, see, I was born a winter baby. So I think that's why I love summertime, because I love summertime. Thank you so much, Maka. So good. I'm well. I'm well. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. I appreciate you being here. So we're talking about what's in my self-care box. And so this is just a reminder. I put things in here to remind me of the things that I love, like summer, the things that I love. And so, and all of the things that bring me joy. And so if you are having a bad day or a down day, you can feel the crisp breeze and smell the leaves. It's so beautiful. Yeah, put some fall things in your box that remind you, right? That reminds you of, leaves, that reminds you of your favorite season. Mimi said hers was spring. You're saying, 10, that yours is fall. So put those things in there that remind you of times that you love, of experiences that you've had. One of my best experiences was going to the beach in South Carolina with the kids, right? And so going to the beach, and then, we had a great experience. We went to California, and we went to the Pacific Ocean. And so when I see this, it reminds me of the laughter of the kids running in the water, of Evan running in the water, falling in the water. I mean, it just reminds me of picking up seashells in South Carolina. Reminds me of the beach, and I can smell the smells of the ocean. I'm just immediately taken back, even though I'm in the middle of Tennessee and I'm landlocked. I'm near the Mississippi River, but it reminds me. So put things in your box that are going to remind you of some of the best and most peaceful, most joyful, amazing times in your life, that are going to bring back the memories of the times when you were full of joy, full of hope, full of goodness and pleasure, and joy. And so this can be a morning routine for you. It can be a weekly routine, a daily routine, something that you go through in the evening. I mean, just wonderful, wonderful things. One thing that I really should put in this box are one of my fans. And I have a couple of these fans, but I love these fans. But these fans, and I got these a couple of years ago, but they remind me of church ladies, right? When I was younger, and the church ladies, they, when in Mississippi, they whip out their fans, and they'd have their beautiful fans. When the usher would come, and they'd ask them, do you want a fan? One of the church fans, that had like the funeral home on it, or had something, insurance company, they'd be like, no. They would dig in their purse, and they'd whip those fans out. And they'd have their beautiful fans. And I just remember I always wanted to be, I told you I want to be a candy lady. So I always wanted to be one of those, beautiful ladies who sat on the church pews and had their little fans. So this just reminds me of those times at church when the spirit would be high, and the choir would be singing, and the preacher would be preaching, and the men would be stomping their feet, and the choir would be singing, they'd be clapping their hands. And it just reminds me of just how all of the fun, wonderful experiences that I had growing up as a child and even have now in my church experience. And so, yeah. And so I would have just dropped these fans right on here. So this is my box, guys. This is my box. And I'm hoping that you guys will have a self-care box. As you can see, those some pretty fans. Thank you. I think you can get them on eBay. I actually got those from a beauty supply store. She did beauty supply and did like jewelry. But yeah, this is my self-care box. And so you can use a shoe box. You can go out and, you don't have to go out and get a box like this to purchase one, but you can if you want to. I got this one from Tuesday Morning, but you can get them from Dollar General. You can get them from Hobby Lobby, or where else? You can get them from, let's see, Michael's. So there are lots of places where you can get these. But they're so good. This one is so gorgeous, and it just this reminds me of Paris. It reminds me of pastries, and it reminds me of springtime. It reminds me of pastries, and so absolutely. But you can use a box, one of those shoe boxes from Dollar Tree, storage containers from Dollar Tree. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can decorate it any way that by putting stickers on it, or any way that you'd like to. You don't have to use a box. Maybe you use some sort of decorative container. Hey Melanie, how are you? Good to see you. Maybe you use some beautiful container, or you use a bucket, or you use just a drawer in your house. You can do it any way that you want it to do, or a basket. You can use anything what you want to use. But I suggest that you get a self-care box. I suggest that you get something that is just yours, and so when you go and you pick it up, you have a decorated hat box. Awesome. Yeah, you have a decorative hat box. Awesome. Yeah, get a box. It can be a hat box. Absolutely. I have a couple of hat boxes too. It can be an old jewelry box. So use whatever you want to use, and put in it those things that are important to you. Put in it, fill it with whatever you need to fill it with. This one was damaged out. I was telling the story, sorry guys, but this one was damaged out, and I ended up getting it for free. It was $9.99, but this one was damaged out because it had a little damage, and I just put a little tape on it to give it a little loving care, a little TLC. And so I suggested you guys get a box that and do the same, and put in it some of those things that you love. I was saying this is from my a pair of sandals that I had years ago that are so beautiful, but we took a trip to South Carolina and Hilton Head, and went to the beach with the children with the kids when they were like in middle school and high school, and when we lived in North Carolina. And this came off of one of the sandals, and I always just kept it. It's just so cute, but it reminds me of the beach. It reminds us of my trip that we went to California, to the Pacific Ocean. And so I just keep this around. Some of the things that are in it. Y'all know my Juicy Couture earrings. Y'all, my old earrings, child, from the 80s and 90s, early 2000s. Y'all remember Juicy Couture. Y'all have some jeans. Y'all have a Juicy Couture purse. They're so old that some of the jewels have come out. And didn't I rock and dance and do, I don't know what dances I was doing, but I was on the floor. I don't even know if I was doing the right kind of dance. I was doing the Cabbage Patch, and I don't know what else I was doing. I love costume jewelry. I love old jewelry, costume jewelry. I love old jewelry. And so, yeah, just to have these, and and to use these, it's just so, it just reminds me of the 80s and the music, and the 90s, and the music and the songs. Beat It, Michael Jackson. I can't sing. I have tea in here. This one is one of my favorites. pomegranate green tea. Love it. An owl to remind me that I'm wise. Sometimes you don't feel wise. You don't feel like you know anything. You don't feel like you have any answers. But I can look at this and just remind me of how wise I am. Remind me of the Holy Spirit. Remind me that I always have the answers that I need. Yeah, I got this off of eBay. I think it was like $1 or $2. I got it off of eBay. So I love getting jewelry off of eBay. And so I love the wise owl because animals are so important. Animals are so important. Got my little handy note cards. I can take notes. Yep, I can take all the notes that I need to take. All this good information. Got my little pen from Dollar Tree. And so, yeah, I can write down any notes that might come to me during my meditation or during my quiet time. Absolutely. I got my book that I can read. This is Maya Angelou. This is her story. And so all of the different wonderful things that lives that she's led. And she's had a couple. But she's done some amazing things. And so it's awesome to read her story. And her story is so different from mine, but it's awesome to read her story. But I have this this little it says the word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. It's Psalms 119 and 105, and I have this little bookmark. And so it's just another reminder that I'm here to be a light, that we're here to be a light. And so I keep that. That's my little bookmark. But yeah, love reading. So I love to read in my quiet time, in my time with myself. Let's see. Talked about myself. So if you guys haven't watched that video, I appreciate it if you do. But yeah, bath time and shower time is another me time moment, a self-care moment. So I have these things in there in my box that I can pull out whenever I want to. Because you don't have to take a bath just in the morning or at night. You can take a bath anytime that you want to and be luxurious. I love costume jewelry. So here's more jewelry. Little pendant. I love glittery things. So glittery things. I love green. It just picks me up my hearts that remind me that I'm loved. Yeah, bath bombs are awesome to have in your self-care time for you for self-care. And so these are just things. I have this heart that I got from Baptist, but it's one of those squeezy. So if I'm going through trying and needing to relax, I can do that, and I can just press that ball and begin to relax. Oh, feels good. So those are just some of the things that I have in my self-care box, because I want to make sure you have one of those squeezies. Yeah, I know. They're so good. And so I got vitamins in there to help me. I have vitamins everywhere. But yeah, they do help. And so I put in there the things that that I love, that remind me of things. I have these two little things that reminds me of my children, my daughter and my son. When they were little, they had colors for their sippy cups and for their toys, and one would have one color and one would have the other one, and I knew which one was which, even though they would take each other's colors from time to time, especially my daughter. But so this reminds me of them. This reminds me of my children. It makes me smile whenever I see them. So the point of the box is to put in it reminders, things that are important to you, right? I love collecting rocks. And so you don't have to fill this box up to the top. It's just a box that you can put in some of the things that are going to remind you of the people that you love and remind you of the people that love you. I have these little in there for my husband. Brown is his color. These little, it was a bracelet that broke apart, and I always kept saying I was going to fix it. I never could put it back together. And so now I can put them in my box. And so I suggest that you guys get a box. That you guys, got some money or something in my box. But I suggest that you guys get a box and you fill it up with some of the things that you love, with some of the things that you need. And whether it's a box or a hat box, or it's a box from the shoe box from Dollar Tree, or a shoe box for some shoes that you already have, no matter what it is, no matter what you use, if you just use a drawer in your house, it doesn't matter what you use. But I just suggest that you have a place where you can put in some of the things that you love, some of the things that are going to bring you good memories, and that in your quiet time, your downtime, that you can go straight to your box, straight to your place. If you have a place in your house, in your office, or if it's in your bedroom, wherever you go, that you can have practice self-care, and you can practice loving yourself, being good to yourself, filling yourself up. I talked to you guys about the quote from Iyanla Van Zant. What a positive message. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Melanie. Talk to you guys about Iyanla Van Zant, and she has this quote from A Course in Miracles that says, when you give someone else more than you give yourself, when you put them first, then you make them a thief, because you are giving them what belongs to you. And that's how we are starting this journey. We're going to start this journey not making other people a thief, not even making ourselves a thief, of stealing from ourselves and giving to others because we haven't taken the time to fill up our own cup. I talked to you about how we have a cup, right? And so in this cup, I put all the things in here, right? I put all these things in here. All these things go in my cup. I'm filling it up, filling it up, filling it up, right? Just filling up my cup, filling up my cup, right? Putting all these things in my cup. And so I don't feed people from this, because this is my cup, right? I don't feed people from this. Right? This is not what you're supposed to do. What's in the cup belongs to who? It belongs to us. It belongs to me. So what's in this cup, in your cup, when you fill it up during self-care, during your prayer time, during meditation, when you fill up this cup, what's in this cup belongs to you, right? When you fill up your cup, when you fill it up by going through your box and going through your memories, by reading a book, by meditating, by praying, all of those things, when you fill that up, even if filling your cup up means doing what I did, I got filled up before I even completely filled the box by emptying the box and getting ready to throw away and discard and get rid of all the things that I don't need. All these old receipts, right? All these old things that I was holding on to that are in the box, that were originally in this box. And so if you haven't watched my video on rules, I really suggest you do. It's a good video. I would appreciate if you would and give me a thumbs up and a comment. But we fill this cup up, and what's in this cup belongs to us. Now the overflow, right? All this other stuff, who does that belong to? It belongs to other people, right? This is what you feed people from. You feed them from the overflow. And then what's inside the cup. Remember we fill this up together? Then what's inside, in here, inside of the cup, who's that belong to? It belongs to us. But so many times, we just keep giving, okay? And we give, right, from this cup. We give, and we give until there's nothing left. It's empty. And so that's not what we were created to be. That's not what we were created to do. What's inside of the cup, right? That belongs to you, and we feed each other from the overflow. So how do you get an overflow? How do you get to the point where you're overflowing and you're able to give to someone else? You got to have self-care moments. You got to have moments where you're meditating, or where you're reading, or where you're sorry guys, where you're reading and where you're pouring into yourself. You got to have moments where you're filling yourself up, where you're hearing and listening to positive messages, where you're being around positive people that love you and people that you love. You got to fill yourself up the same way you understand of filling the box. This is just an exercise, filling this box up with positive things and positive messages and positive memories is an exercise of how we should be able to do with ourselves. If you can do this with a box, right, and put in positive things, positive messages, things that are going to fill you, things that are going to help you expand your knowledge, help you to grow, help you to learn, help you to have good, positive, loving memories, then if you understand how to do this with a box, then it's just symbolic of how we are to feed and fuel ourselves. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Yes, love being around and listening to other positive people. Well, I hope this was helpful to you guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hope this was helpful to you. How many of you are going to go out and create a self-care box? Yes, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense to take care of yourself, to create a space within your office, within your home, within your bedroom, bathroom, your girls' room. You're going to create a self-care box. Awesome. And it doesn't take any money. Most of you guys see most of it. I didn't go out and buy anything. Actually, I didn't buy one single thing. These were things that I already had at home. Now, if you want to go out and buy things, that's, totally up to you. But I suggest you kind of scour your house and begin to look around, and even looking for a box. Look for a box, an old jewelry box, an old hat box, an old shoe box, and then decorating it. That would be awesome. I'm glad you're going to create a self-care box. That's going to be awesome. And I'd love to see it. So if you're on Instagram or Facebook, be sure to tag me in your self-care box pictures and let me know. Let me see them. I'd love to see them. If you're a creator and you want to create a self-care box, please do so. Just tag me in the video, and we can do a self-care box challenge. So I'd love to see your boxes and share your box, right? And so this self-care box challenge with SYNOLVE. So share your box. I'd love to see your box. I'd absolutely love to see your box. Maybe I'll post it next week. I'll post it next week and give you guys a date when we can do a self-care box. And so I'll put the video out by at least Monday or Tuesday, and then I'll give us, by next Friday, we will have all our boxes created. Do you think that's enough time to have your boxes created by Friday? What do you think for Self-Care Friday? Think that's time enough to do a challenge? Let me know. I think that's about good. So that gives you about 7 days to a full week from this Friday to next Friday to come up with the second Friday in August, to come up with, Friday should be good enough, to come up with a self-care box, and then do a video and share your box. If you're not a creator, you can share your picture of your box on Instagram, or you can email me. I'd love to see a picture of your box. Hey, Purple and Blue TV. We're doing a challenge. We're doing a self-care challenge where everybody's going to create a box, a self-care box, and put in it things that they love, goodies. And so I'm going to put a video out tomorrow for the challenge. And then everybody's going to come back and have a video up by Friday, the second Friday of next Friday on Self-Care Friday, which is the second Friday in August. So that'd be awesome. So you just put in there in your box, Purple or Blue TV, goodies, things that remind you happiness and joy, things that fill you up, things that excite you. Notepad, I got a notepad in mine. I got a pen. I got a book in mine. Maya's always inspirational. She never disappoints. I got this squeeze ball in mine, heart. So yeah, so you just fill it up with whatever you guys want. It's gonna be exciting. So I'll put a video up, do a video so you guys, so we can have the self-care challenge. That'll be awesome. I can't wait. I cannot wait. This is gonna be awesome, 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 awesome sauce. Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna hop off of here. I wanted to do an hour with you guys and give you an opportunity to see my self-care box and to share that with you. I'm gonna, whatever's rolling in here, that I am gonna take out of the box, whatever that is. But I am so glad that you guys spent time with me and you hung in there with me. So everyone, please have a beautiful weekend and enjoy your night. Have a thank you so much. Enjoy the beautiful, wonderful weekend. Take care, lovely people. Yep, and God bless. Yeah, have a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, amazing night. And be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of the people you love. And be sure to do one good thing for yourself. It's Supper Friday, guys. Hope you had a wonderful, amazing night and you enjoyed this tonight. So, XO, everyone. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing night. Love you guys. See you in the next video.